Hello, welcome to Axiom Curb Flux News on 26th of April 2015. I'm PJ, I've got Blackhole Bridger and also Staci McClennon with us on the panel. And tonight's talk is going to be joined with the amazing, wonderful Brenda Mcnamara, also known as Mumsy. And we're going to be discussing several things about the United Stand Against Child Abuse, and go into detail with Mumsy and Organisation of Protection for Children who have been abused. We're going to pass over to Blackhole Bridger for him to take the lead. Hello, Blackhole, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah, thank you, PJ. Good evening. Good evening, viewers. Tonight we have with us Brenda McNamara, aka also known as Mumsy, who organises the United We Stand Against Child Abuse, who organises all the demonstrations for the protectors of the children. Good evening, Brenda.
Good evening to you. Good evening, listeners.
Yeah.
Hope you're all having a nice day.
Yeah, I am.
Good.
Is it okay for me to call you Mumsy, Brenda?
Yes, you may. Everybody calls me that.
Oh, great, because it gives me a lovely fuzzy feeling.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I think you may just be old enough to be my mama.
I think I was 13. No.
Oh.
I've aged myself.
Well, you're my honourable mama. Anyway, my first question really is, what was it that galvanised you into start organising these demonstrations and that? What was the key thing that that galvanised you into the moving on this?
Well, I've been running quite a few groups for quite a number of years. As I opened them and was admin of them, and also, of course, at the meeting of Mr. Bill Melanie, who did Pine Match films, and he sort of instigated, and we're very, very good friends.
Oh,
and
yes.
That sort of helped me we have groups of people in that are survivors of abuse, and it's one way of them to come in and to talk and to chat, to make friends, and then we went on to make our big group United Against All Child Abuse, which we started that 18 months ago, and it was a way of getting people together that we could get out onto the streets of London and be outside Westminster, Trafalgar Square, to start showing the people that we're not going to be silent no more, that we have a voice for not our past generation or our generation of today, but of course our future generation, that they have voices. And that's what sort of instigated it, quite a lot. And also I think it helps people towards that healing process. We're getting people sometimes in their 50s, 60s that have not ever spoke about their abuse, and now they're speaking about it, and that can only be for the good.
Oh yes, definitely. But what a marvellous mentor, Bill Melanie. What a brilliant guy.
Bill Melanie is one of the best.
Yeah.
We need more Bill Melonies out on the street.
Crikey.
I mean, to say Bill Melanie he's not only that, he's a very good family friend as well, which is one good thing. We talk quite a lot on the telephone, and we share each other's feelings. And also last year I was going through quite a crisis myself, because my daughter of 48 tragically had 5 heart attacks, age 48, and was on life support machine. She's fine now, but she's still having her chemo for cancer. But Bill and Marie was so, was there with us and was non-stop supporting us, you know, while we was going through such a terrible time, you know.
Well, give her the love from the Axiom Flux News team, wouldn't you? And
yeah.
tell her,
You know, she's we're thinking very positive, as everybody's got to do about cancer as well. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, you have to kick it up the backside, I call it.
Yes, exactly, because I was actually diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's T-cell lymphoma, and they give me 4 or 5 years left to live. And they told me I only had 4 to 5 years left to live, and there's no treatment for me. But basically, I just said,
18 months my daughter's been having chemo.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey. Well, I just laughed at it in the face, and I said to the consultant that told me I only had 4 to 5 years left to live, I said, well, you better get on with it then. I've got things to do. He looked at me, gone out.
I haven't even asked that question because we literally are doing all the runs for chemo and blood transfusions. We're doing everything else. And funny enough, I tell you a little story about that, and this is so, is that my daughter's been a nurse for 29 years, and my daughter is a theatre sister for oncology of cancer, of where she's got
How ironic.
And so she knows all the pros and the cons of, you know, of what's going on. And at the moment, we're beating it, and that's all we can do is, you know, we have to think positive, and we have to keep going.
Well, I cured myself with natural remedies. So.
You're going to say cannabis oil?
No, actually no. Actually no. I cut out all sugars. Yeah.
I know,
and I cut out all meats.
No, she doesn't like her meat.
And I had a teaspoon each day of kelp seaweed powder in a glass of water, and I also added it to my curries and bolognese.
She's on so many drugs because of her heart, and for the cancer as well, you know, because as you know, with all cancer you get violently sick with it, and this is just a process, you know what I mean? And she's on so many drugs to stop the sickness, you know what I mean? At the moment we're just going by what our consultant says of medication, you know. People might think that we're being blind, but it's not. I think being a nurse as well, that they sign that agreement, you know what I mean? And I think, you know, having outside remedies, she sort of don't really want to know about it. But anyway, we'll get back on the subject.
Well, remember to give her Axiom Flux's news.
I will do. She's up in London at the moment. My other daughter picked her up and took her out in the wheelchair to see the marathon today. A bit of fresh air for her. So she's gone to see that this morning. She went out. So, which was good for her, you know.
As you say, let's get back onto the subject.
Let's get back on track.
Without forgetting your daughter, of course. What was your thoughts on Fiona Wolf and Elizabeth Butler-Sloss when they was put forward for the?
We don't want them because they're too embroiled with Westminster.
We
don't want them.
The other question.
We want a people's. People.
Now the other.
We don't want anybody else. We want our own people to be there.
So what is your thoughts on that? We have to go outside of our country to bring in a New Zealand Dame. Dame Lowell Goddard.
Yeah, that's right. No, we don't want them. No. We don't want them.
No, because
I think the best one to do this is Michael the barrister. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Michael, crikey, the name.
I know, it's gone out my brain at the moment. That's the first time.
I'll think of it in a minute. But apparently he's involved with the Hillsborough.
That's the one.
When I interviewed Mickey Summers, he mentioned the exact same person, and also that he was currently tied up with the Hillsborough disaster case. So Yeah, you share the same thoughts with Mickey Summers there, Brenda.
Yeah.
It's with Mickey Summers lot, yeah.
Well, during research with this Dame Lowell Goddard, apparently it's been alleged that she actually helped a fellow judge escape being done for scratching a car or cars.
That won't surprise me.
Yeah, so why they're putting her forward, I wouldn't say I don't know why they're putting her forward. I do know. She's a safe pair of hands yet again.
Yeah.
Because she actually stated she don't know what the establishment is, yet she was married to the 5th Baronet of Berkeley.
Yes.
So
we're involved with something. You know, all what we're talking about now is you've got to remember, all of what we're saying about is the paedophilia in Westminster. It all goes back to Elm Guest House, 1982.
Yeah.
You know about Elm Guest House, don't you?
That's a very big part of it.
And you know, the one in Ireland, and the ones up in Nottingham. They was in 1982 in Elm Guest House. There was MPs of Thatcher's, right, who constantly used Elm Guest House and Dolphin Square for abusing young children.
Yeah.
And that's not just coming out of the mouth of me, that is coming out from the mouth of the people that they did it to.
Yeah, there was an actual survivor that came over from America a little while ago. He done a report on the TV actually.
That's right, and Chris Fay also. There's Chris Fay. He also was abused there, and then we've got Barry Martin's brother Kevin, who's trying to find out what happened to his brother, that was 99% sure was took to Elm Guest House and never been seen or since. You know, there was children going missing of that in that era of mid-70s to 1982. I mean, so we're going back a little bit further now. Let's go a little bit back further. Should we go back to 1969?
Was that all to do with the Welsh incidents?
Jimmy Savile.
Oh yeah.
Was in Leeds.
Indeed.
Clubs up there, and that is where it went back to. Paedophilia started from him. He had his own group of friends, and he died without letting on. Myself, personally, they're going to make a film of him. The only film I want to see of that man is 4 detonators put on his coffin, blown out up in the middle of the ocean. That'll do me fine.
What, like what they done with Osama bin Laden?
I mean, so the thing is that they're going to, the BBC are going to make the life story of Jimmy Savile. Who wants to see this man on our TV? Don't you think we see enough depressing things? Who is reminded of the abuse that he, that the children suffered? Helter de Gras, he was out there in Jersey, and Bill Melanie done a big film on that in the Helter de Gras, and his sister actually was out there as well.
Yeah, and
the abuse went on and on, year in, year out. He made friends with certain people. He made friends with Prince Charles, etc., because and Esther Rance and all of those, no one would squeal on him. Why? Because he was dishing out money left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
How is not talking to the victims, Brenda?
Now, to me, they're as guilty as the person that has damaged a child, in my eye. If they knew about it, they should have come forward now and say they knew what was going on.
Yes.
See, the thing is, do you think there are even more survivors?
Yeah.
We've got Watkinson of lost profit, you know, the one 29 years abusing a 1-year-old child, or was thinking of abusing a 1-year-old child. What is the hell the matter with these people? My God.
I know. I think Staci wants to come in with something here, Brenda. Yeah, Mumsy, I think Staci wants to come in with something here.
Hello, Mumsy. It's Staci. You're right.
Hello, Staci. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you?
Not too bad at all.
Yeah, you're passionate. I mean, I seen you at Melanie's vigil, Melanie Shaw's vigil, and you know, it's like to see that passion come from someone, and like I can name a couple of other people that were there that were very passionate as well. You know, like the likes of Mickey Summers and Wendy Hurst.
Yes, I did watch the video.
Indeed, they were very passionate, but like
she's in prison the same as Robert Green was to gag you, and same as Rusty up in Scotland to gag you, because they wouldn't shut up about Holly Gregg.
Yes.
You know, and this is what they're doing now. They stop people, and the only way they can do it is by gagging them.
Yeah. See, that's what
got to stop. Anyone who wants to whistleblow on whatever they're doing, is even if it's in the nursing, the fire brigade, or in any departures, if they are going to whistleblow on people, they should be taken seriously. They shouldn't be put in prison.
Yeah. See, I know. I've got a childhood friend actually. She she had some really bad.
And I mean to say, there's quite a lot of people now, you know, that they're frightened now of saying anything, because they could be, you know, you could get a knock on the door, you're dragged away into prison, well, into a cell, you're not even asked why, you're charged in there, your dignity in there. And then you're slung in a prison cell.
It brings me on perfectly to
whistleblowers have got a right to speak up about what is going on within our government.
Indeed. I mean, as a childhood friend of mine, she was in hospital. She had an operation done on her hand, and one of the children's parents, believe it or not, and it's all been like wiped off her records. The police never had any records, even though she did a statement. That was one that I've noticed. That's where I started waking up a bit. Thought, oh God, this is getting like even more and more serious, you know? Come forward with her family, her kids, everything, and said, look. She's come forward, but perhaps maybe the survivors may have fears of coming forward. This is what I'm thinking. This is a theory of mine anyway. Like, what support would
when we went out on April the 11th, and there was quite a lot of people there, and when we stopped the traffic for an hour outside Westminster, right, in between that, when we was all talking, we did speak about Melanie, and we did speak about Robert, and we did speak about Rusty and Holly Gregg, and we spoke about what is going on with the whistleblowers. You know, quite a few people did bring it up and mention it when they was talking, you know. So, as I said, if more and more people can come along, we're doing one May the 13th outside Parliament again. We're going to meet and greet our new MPs and our new Prime Minister outside at 10 a.m. in the morning. And if we can get more and more people there, it is a Wednesday, because that is the first day that everybody's got to be back in Parliament after the new election. And if we can get more and more people to be outside there to show solidarity, bring your banners, bring your posters, do whatever you can to come along and start showing the new government we're not going to stand for it no more. We have voice, we have got rights, and the more and more people that can go along there, the more and more people they've got to listen to us.
Brenda, I will commend you for when you actually did it on that day. Considering that you had a bout of dementia.
I said to the police officer, the police officer said to me, can you move your crowd, please? And I said, yes, I will do, officer. I'll go across the other side of the road and I'll tell them to start moving. But at my age, I'll get across to the other side and I might have forgotten what I've gone over there for. You know, you've got to have a laugh with them, and we still didn't move them.
Yeah, I watched that, Brenda. And
do you know what I mean? But you've got to laugh at I mean, say, all them police officers know me now. I think I'm going to go in riot gear next time. I'm going to go in full army combat gear with a gas mask, so no one can see me face and know who I am. Because all them police officers know me.
yeah.
You know me for like 3 years now when I stepped out on the streets of London for 50 hours. Do you know what I mean? Spreading awareness against child abuse with other campers, you know. And they brought us actually, the wardens in Trafalgar Square brought us all our hot water so that we could make hot drinks. They were diamonds to us. You know what I mean? They're greedy. You know, they was with us, but of course they can't stand with us because of their jobs. Because if they do that, they would probably be sacked. You know, all the police there don't think the police are against what we're doing, because I'm saying they're not. You know, they know what's going on, but of course they've got jobs, they've got families. You know what I mean? If they lose their job, they could lose their homes, etc. You know what I mean? They've got to show that they're working for the police force, and they've got a job to do. I've got family that are in the police, and I'm telling you now, you know, I won't have anything said against the police that I know have treated me very, very well. If one did not treat me well, I would then give him a mouthful back. You know, because I won't take it off of them. I just say, respect your elders. Would you say that to your mother?
We had a piece of legislation, Brenda.
You know, I just hope people will make it and come along on May the 13th and show that, you know, this will be our 4th one that we've done, and we'll carry on doing it. And we'll do it in September, and then we'll do it again and again and again. We're not going to stop. We will carry on. We might find different places to go to, but we will carry on doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Did you want to say something, PJ?
I was just about to say to Brenda that I think it was on April the 13th, there was a new piece of legislation put through. Did you hear about
May the 13th is our next one.
Say again, Brenda?
May the 13th. Outside Westminster, 10 a.m. is our next one.
Yeah, I believe PJ's on about something on April the 13th. Am I correct, PJ?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Brenda can hear you right.
Yeah. Can you hear PJ okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying, Brenda, is on April the 13th, there was a new piece of legislation that got put through, and it's basically, it's for the police who decide that they want to use the improper use of the powers and privileges. Staci, who's with us, she knows a lot more about that.
Yeah, it's called the Justice and Courts Act 2015, and it's actually called the actual subsection is called corrupt or other improper exercise of police powers and privileges. Now, with this new bit of legislation, actually the police constable could be subject to 14 years in prison or a fine or both if they facilitate anything to do with anything like, on my side I deal with bailiffs, so it'd be bailiffs, it'd be social workers coming to take kids away, that kind of thing. You could really, and you can throw it at all angles really, and it's quite an interesting piece of legislation.
Yeah, I did hear as well they was going to bring out a new legislation to stop us protesting outside places where a load of people go. In other words, they want to shut us up.
Under Articles 10 and 11 at Human Rights, they're not going to be able to do that. And I've also been informed that they're trying to stop people from filming the police as well soon. So look out for that one, Brenda.
All right, we will do. We will do. Yeah, yeah.
That contradicts Section 6 of the Human Rights Act, doesn't it? Where a public authority, it's unlawful for a public authority to be incompatible in a convention of the human rights, which is like a European Convention, what PJ was on about, Article 10 and Article 11 it was?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know they wrote, I think it was Section 10 where Ben, you know, Ben Fellows.
I was just about to ask you.
Up 2 years ago outside Westminster, and they wouldn't let us put his little tent up for him to stay overnight.
Yeah. Well, what is the latest with Ben Fellows? I hear he's got a court date coming up.
I will tell you, yes. The court date is July the 20th. We think that it's still at the Old Bailey at 10 a.m. And we've got quite a few people will be going along. And we'll be wearing our T-shirts and we'll be having our banners. And I'm hoping to attend. I will attend on his first day. I'm hoping to attend as many days as I possibly can. But as I said, with my daughter, it's not always possible for me to do every day. No. But I will be attending that first one on the Monday on July the 20th.
Yeah. Mumsy, for the sake of our viewers that don't know about Ben Fellows, can you explain to the viewers why he's been put in prison? Can you explain the whole reason of why this is about?
Well, Ben Fellows, right, he is accused, and I'm going to say, I've got to say the word alleged, right? Ken Clark abused him, right? And that is why they're trying to shut him up.
Yeah.
Because he stuck to his gun. Now, he fled and went over to Lanzarote. At Christmas time, he'd come back to see his mum. And as he stepped off the plane, police were waiting for him, and he was arrested. He was put in, you know, in the police cells for a few days, right? One of his long-time friends put up a £5,000 bail for him, and he cannot use the internet. He cannot speak about his case. In other words, he's been gagged.
Yeah, so it's a case of shut the heck up.
Yeah, so we've got a group going called the Ben Fellows, right? For him, for people to go along. It's an event on, it starts July the 20th, and it's an event page and a group page. I started that up for Ben because I met Ben.
Can we state this page is Facebook page? This is a Facebook page, yes?
Yeah, this is Facebook, yeah. I met Ben, and we done the last couple of miles together when he done his walk for justice, right? And that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, and I've spoken with Ben, and I've looked Ben in the face, and I can assure you, if he's a liar, he's a good liar. Yeah. Because I can really suss people out.
When Ben alleged that Ken Clark abused him. Was this when he was working with the Cook report?
No, he was abused, we believe, and I've got to put this in like a verdict at Elm Guest House.
Right. So another victim from Elm Guest House.
He was a child actor.
Yes.
Right, and he was about 9 or 10 when this happened.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, you find as well, you know, I'm not saying it's no easier between a woman and a man, but I think that women can talk more freely about their abuse, and I think with a man, I think when they've been buggered, and that's not a swear word, that is a word that's in our dictionary, when they've been sodomised, buggered and abused, right, and made to do like oral sex on other people, I really and truly think for them to come out and talk about it, they are one brave hero, because they try to shut it off a bit because of them being a man. But don't forget that when this happened, they weren't men; they were children.
Yeah, exactly. And now scarred.
You know, let their abusers come back now when they're full-grown men and face them and see. You know, they're going to face big men.
Yeah.
The 6-footers like our Bernie Gadd and our Mickey Summers. They're not little boys no more.
No.
They are grown men.
Yeah, but look at the troubles that these young children have to go through into adulthood, because this childhood abuse, this paedophilia, ripples all the way through their adulthood.
Yes.
And it affects them in many different ways. They may form a drug habit. They may run riots because
they come to
so much. And it's just not them.
They turn to drugs.
Yeah.
They turn to alcohol.
Yeah.
They go in and out of relationships.
Yeah, and those relationships.
They children by different fathers because they cannot hold down relationship, because they don't trust people. And this is what it is. Yeah. It's because they don't trust people no more. Because maybe the person they trusted bloody well abused them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where it boils down to. I'm not saying everybody, but a majority of it's people who know them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and this is where it is, you know. It really and truly is. I'm not saying all, I mean to say, you know, some boys and girls at a young age, they were abused in the schools, they was abused in the scouts, they was abused at swimming classes, there was abused at sport things. You know, it doesn't end. It's everywhere. It's like a dirty, filthy disease.
It's like a cancer, just it grows right through into the adulthood and everything, and it affects everybody that comes alongside of them.
I know, I totally agree with you there, you know. I think it's worse than cancer, to be quite honest. You know, I honestly believe that now is the time that people have got to stand up and be united together. I've got smashing, really good admin, you know, like Pat Winters and Sarah Reeves and Emily and Carol and people in Australia. We've got George down in Brighton. We've got fantastic admin.
Roughly how many are in your admin, Mumsy?
I think at the last count up, because we've opened up splinter groups of United Groups, which are now in each area. So each area can do their own little thing if they want to, like it outside, wherever they want to hold it, whether there's 10 people or 100 people, just little splinter groups off all over. I think we've got roughly about 50 to 60 admin.
Yeah, that's really good number of admin.
Well, that is.
Yeah, but what it really needs is for the public to understand how prevalent this paedophilia is in our country, not just our country, it's worldwide.
Oh, well, of course it's worldwide, but it's not like that. It's in the papers day in, day out. But do you ever see it on the television?
No. Can I just interject for a minute?
Were they there on April the 11th when we was stopping the traffic for an hour and bombed them for 2 hours? They couldn't get through. No, we didn't get one bit out on no television station. No one wants to know.
Yeah, I think PJ wants to interject here. Mumsy.
Yeah, just talking about what you've just mentioned. You was with Truth Machine, Andy Mackay, on that day. I said on that day you was with the Truth Machine, Andy Mackay.
I still can't hear you properly.
What PJ is saying, it was you with the Truth Machine, Andy Mackay.
Yes.
And BBC was there that day.
That's right.
Reporting on that, well, partially reporting, if you want to call it that.
You were speaking to me, yes, but we didn't see it on the news. In the news, did we? On that Saturday, nothing was mentioned on Saturday news.
So they actually interviewed you, but they didn't air it on the news.
Yeah.
So in other words, they didn't get to show it. And the big question is, why are they not showing it?
Well, you know why.
They're ashamed of what our government's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too controversial. That's why they come along, they record, but nothing is put out on the news. And it's about time the news did cover. You know, they cover stupid little things on the news, you know, and then they come in and with something that's of interest, like paedophilia, they just cover it up, go underneath the, you know, the carpet. We don't want to know.
So I think the actual reporters themselves, they want to do it. It's just coming from their editors above them that are not. I
think actually they're blocked from doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think they're saying no, we're not going to put that out.
Yeah.
Can I just ask? Has Brenda got any thoughts on the Hampstead case? I wondered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Brenda?
No. What did he say?
Have you got any thoughts on the Hampstead satanic case?
I have got my thoughts.
Yeah. Would you like to share them with us or not?
I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I believe that it was so wrong to put out the children's faces on YouTube.
Yeah, but it wasn't actually the parents that put it out.
No, I know they didn't, but the thing is that should never have gone out with those children's faces.
No.
It's not fair to those children.
No.
You know, I wouldn't like my children or grandchildren to be on YouTube.
But,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but putting that to one side, definitely,
Yes, they have been abused.
Yeah, but putting that to one side now because it's done and there's nothing, it can't be undone.
That's right.
What are your thoughts on whether you believe it actually happened, or you got your doubts about it, or what's your feelings on it?
I'm sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
Right, because I believe the children have been abused, but who have they been abused by?
Yeah. Would you ask the question which I've been asking, which really hurts me, because why have not the police done a proper investigation? The children have actually gave actual detailed markings of these people they're accusing's genitals.
Yes, that's right.
So why, if the police... Exactly. Well, the genitals then on view to all and sundry, so they are only to know if it actually happened. So if they were examined, this can be put to bed straight away.
I totally agree with you.
So why are they not examining them? The police have the powers to do this. It's part of their investigative tools.
Yes, but then, I mean, so when the mother, they were supposed to appear in court, weren't they? February the 12th, if I'm right. The mother didn't appear, did she?
What, to be arrested?
No, she
should be arrested. If she turned up, she'd be arrested.
Yeah.
That's why. So you can understand why she didn't turn up, and they're using that against her.
You know, I think that there's so many people jumped onto the bandwagon about this case, right? And this is my own view. Right? There's so many people that have jumped onto the bandwagon. I heard about this in September. I didn't hear about it in February.
Yeah.
I heard about it in September.
Yeah.
A woman come and inboxed me and told me about 2 children that were being abused in a school, right, by the father who was an actor. I said, can you give me the school's name? No. Can you give me the actor's name? No. Can you give me the mother's name? No. So I said, so how can we help if you cannot give us names? Because my inbox is confidential, and if you give me that, I can do a search on it for you. And they said, no, we cannot divulge any names because of the children. But I said, so what am I supposed to get? Get a pin and put it over the map of England and find out and just put it in there. Well, that's where it comes from.
I can imagine the amount of dilemmas you're put under when people give you part information.
Yes, because if she'd given us information there at the very beginning of her friends' children that were being abused, we could have put them in with the right people that could have helped them.
Yeah, but they are the actual mother, was it Ellen Draper?
Yeah, that's right.
And her partner, they obviously didn't know where to go for the correct help.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
But then her partner did say that he'd hit the children.
That he's what?
He hit the children.
Right, and what's that in connection for them to talk about what he wanted them to talk about, or not? Or was it's something else?
I don't really know, but apparently when they was in Morocco when they filmed those films of the children, apparently he hit the children, and he did say that. And that is still abuse, isn't it? They're not his children, so why did he hit them with a spoon?
Yeah.
Brenda, is the well-being of the children now. I mean, nobody knows where they are. They don't know how they are. And to me, that's pretty sad to see, really.
That's Selena Wood. Selena Wood has gone back to Germany.
Yeah, but the children, nobody knows where they are, or or where they're being held. Yet again, these children are being shut up.
I might know.
The children are being shut up, so they can't
speak.
I know
where they are, but I'm not going to divulge where they are.
Well, obviously not. Obviously not. No.
Because they're there for safety's sake, because they're not interacting with anybody. They're being held in a secret location, which they've got to have. If they've been abused, right, they've got to find out who has abused these children. And this has happened from a young age, as the children said, that the church and the school have got to be properly investigated.
And the accused.
All of it, yes, as I said, the school.
Yeah.
The school.
Yeah.
But don't forget, people put out, not only the school, they gave out names and addresses, not only of the people that was at that school, but also their phone numbers and their children. They had no right to bring children into it.
No.
They shouldn't have given out all the names and addresses, telephone numbers, and the children that was in there. They shouldn't divulge that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't like that. But
I think the most important point on this altogether is the children have accused specific people of doing lewd acts upon them, and they have described distinguishing marks which only they could know if this had been perpetrated on them.
Right.
So the only way to get to the bottom of it...
The church as well, satanical rituals.
Yeah.
Right? But that should be investigated as well.
Exactly.
I quite understand that.
So this is showing how deep the cover-up is going on, because they're not even allowing a proper investigation.
But they did that with Holly Gregg.
Yeah.
And she's 35 years of age.
Yeah, and because they've got away with it, that's been a good, what, 7, 8 years that's been going on?
What,
because
Holly
they, yeah.
15?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
She was abused at 6 years of age, and she told her mother at 20 years of age.
Yeah.
And Holly's got Down syndrome.
Yeah, but the so-called powers to be have been getting away with this for such a long time.
15 years.
Yeah, that the children have actually accused these, give the names of these people, the distinguishing marks, which they can only know about if they had been abused by these people that they're accusing. So the only way to get to the root of the problem and find out where the guilt lies or does not lie is for a proper investigation and then being medically examined. Yeah.
Well, it's not that either. There's
I'm with you all the way there.
Yeah. I think Staci wants to come in at this point.
Well, it's not that. I mean, I've seen the video where the children were describing stuff, and there's certain things. I mean, I can't obviously say here, but there's certain things that even like a child should not even be knowing about at that age. And they were saying it like, oh, there's this certain object or whatever. There's certain things that describe in there.
And the thing is that, do you remember with the PIA people wanted to bring it out?
Yeah,
the children of 4 years of age.
Yeah, that's right. The paedophile information exchange. Yeah.
Do you remember all of that was going on?
Yes, and Harriet Harman was informing. Yeah. This is how high up the ladder it's going, and it goes a lot higher. Yeah.
I think boys and girls should know about this sort of thing. I think first of all they should wait and they should ask their parents and get it from the horse's mouth. Or if it's in a school, 12 years of age I think is quite young enough. It's not older. But you know, maybe, you know, because children are experimenting at that age, 12, 13, 14, you know,
the things those two young children were
they want to know about the birds and the bees.
But the things those two young children were coming out
too much.
And how did they know all those things?
And where did they get it from?
Exactly, and that's the big question. On that premise alone, medical examinations have to be carried out. Not need to be, have to be carried out on the accused.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
be done anyway.
Without mentioning any names, Mumsy. What's actually the worst case of child sexual abuse that you've personally heard of from a victim known to yourself, without mentioning any names, of course?
One who was, I will tell you of somebody who was abused from a young age. He's now 62 years of age. He was adopted as a girl, but he's now transgendered over to a male. Right, and he was adopted by an MP. The MP was named Pink. That's all I'm going to say. His last name was Pink, P-I-N-K. Google it, you will find it. And he was abused. And at the age of 13, he was put into Broadmoor because the father was the MP and had money. He was sent to Broadmoor, but I always class him as a he, because that is what he is.
So do you think the actual...
I'm just going to say her name, Janella. He will know who I'm talking about.
Right.
Janella, right? He was abused, right? At the age of 13, he was put into Broadmoor. He was also abused by Jimmy Savile.
Do you think it's the actual abuse that's made he, she transgender now? Do you think that could be a big cause for being transgender?
He's got a fantastic partner who he's been with for a long time, right? And he has, it's only recently that he's gone over to being a transgender. They're not homosexuals. I'm not going to say that. There's nothing to do with hope. People get very confused with people that are homosexuals are not paedophiles.
No.
Let's get that straight now. Just because they've got the female, always say, you know, the testosterone have gone and something else has gone into their brain. But all I'm saying is that I know a lot of gay people.
Yeah.
And they're really, really nice people. I know quite a lot of lesbian people as well. Very, very nice. I can sit down with anybody and talk them. It's the people who will not listen to what's going on about child abuse that I don't like.
Yeah, yeah. I think we might have to wrap the interview up now, but before we do, have Staci got any more to put in, to interject in?
You've answered everything, Brenda. I mean, you've took the words right out of my mouth, you know. I mean, hope to meet you sometime soon, and hopefully be able to put a face to a name kind of thing. You have indeed answered a lot, like, through the interview, definitely.
Yeah. I can't hear properly.
Yeah, she's saying you've answered all her questions for her.
Good.
And that she really hopes that you get to meet again soon.
Yes. Are you putting this on podcast so it can go out?
Yeah. I will be posting it out to about 300 community sites.
Yeah, if you can put it onto my page as well, so that I can put it out to all our groups.
Yes, yeah. I will personally post it to you first off. You'll be the first post.
And Staci as well. Staci was in on this.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, I would like to thank you very much for taking.
All victims and survivors. Yeah. And may truth come out.
Yeah.
That's all we want is the truth.
And I would like to thank you very much for your time, and you're doing absolute tremendous sterling work, Brenda.
Thank you very much.
And you are doing such a good job for letting the public know how prevalent this sex abuse is.
It's down their streets and they wouldn't even know it.
Yeah.
That is the point.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Brenda.
Good night to everybody.
Yeah, good night. And hold on, PJ would like a quick word here.
Yeah, just can Brenda just clarify on the upcoming event dates for people who may wish to attend?
Oh yes, thank you for the reminder.
Yes.
Can you clarify the event dates in the future and the venues, please?
May the 13th.
Yeah, go slow. We can write it down if you could, please, Brenda.
Yeah. Wednesday, May the 13th, 10 a.m. outside Westminster. Be rain, be shine, we will be there. United.
That's at 10:30 start, yes?
No, 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Outside Westminster on May the 13th.
Yeah, Wednesday, May the 13th.
Lovely. Come rain or shine.
Rain or shine, we will be there.
Well, be shine because you are a definite shine. You are exposing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, may love be with you and all your loved ones.
Thank you very much, and you too. Alright, love and light.
Love and light. Bye-bye now.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, so that was Brenda McNamara, commonly known as Mumsy, with her interview there from Paul. Next weekend, I believe Saturday, I'm not too sure on the exact date, I will keep you informed. We're hoping to have Andy McKee from The Truth Machine. We're going to be discussing many things with him, so do join us again on next Saturday for that great interview, and we will see you, well, you'll see us, listen to us next weekend. Any final thoughts from yourself, Paul?
Well, I think just basically Mumsy is doing absolute sterling work, and she's doing what people of this country really need to be doing. Getting out there, getting their backsides off those settees and getting the feet on the ground to show that we are not going to put up with this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think Brenda's doing the duty of Theresa May.
Exactly. Theresa May is a fail.
Oh well, I'd probably use another word, but it's not far from failure. So that's about it for Flux News for now. Any thoughts from you, Staci?
She's definitely doing it for the women. I got to admit, she's got a lot of passion, and I can name a few other like strong women that are waking people up, and people need to be woken up pretty sharpish, I reckon, for this to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for joining us, Staci.
Ah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Staci.
No worries.
Okay, guys, we're wrapping up now, so do join us again on Saturday for the Truth Machine. He'll be joining us to speak about, well, whatever it is he's wanting to talk about. So until then, take care, and bye for now.